with me, David, on behalf of Trinity Sport. So I think we're into week 4 now for the core classes. So hopefully you've been doing them each week with me and you've been really feeling some strength gains and definitely some activation going on down in this area. So we're back again for another week. This week there's a bit of a theme, so we're going to really focus on our obliques and our hips. Everything kind of from like down this low right up to kind of here. Now you will have some ab work by default, just by certain of the exercises we're going to choose, but most of the exercises are going to really focus on this area, maybe even down into the outside of the glute as well. So as usual, all you need is a little bit of space and ideally a mat if you can. Other than that, there's no real strict criteria. And we're just going to get warmed up. So if you want to come lengthways along your mat, we're going to start off with some cat-cow. I think we did it in one of the previous weeks. So hands underneath your shoulders, knees are underneath your hips, into this position, nice flat back, and then I want you to completely undo that flat back. So you're going to tuck the chin in, tuck the hips, and then arch everything out the far side, okay? So you're trying to shorten the spine as much as possible, and then lengthen the spine as much as possible. Everything from your tailbone right up to the tip of your head. Everything as close as you can get it, and then as far away as you can get it. Do one more for me, just take your time with it. All the way up. And then bring it back to neutral, okay? So, stay in this position, but from neutral, we're now gonna work kind of side to side, because like I said, we're gonna target this area, so we want this area nice and loose. So, without changing your forward or backwards posture, you're gonna go side to side, like so. So imagine you're trying to lengthen one rib cage and shorten the other. Or a nice fun way of thinking it, if you're a dog, you're wagging your tail, okay? So, the hips and the head go the same way, so that one set of ribs lengthens, one shortens, and the one that's lengthening, you'll get this nice stretch. And then obviously on the other side when you go to that side. Alrighty, last stretch just kind of specific to this workout. I want you to lie completely face down. 2 hands come underneath. You can have the feet planted like so, or you can be on your toes, up to you. I'm going to take a deep breath in. Then I want you to push up to about here, okay? So get as much of your body off the ground. Don't worry if the arms aren't locked out. You can have them slightly bent. Okay, hips are down close to the floor. Now obviously you're straight away going to feel this really nice stretch down the front of your body here. Okay, but what I want you to try this week is just to twist forward and backwards like this, okay? As if you're trying to get one hip closer to the floor, and you'll feel that stretch kind of change from the front of the arms just into the hip and into the side of the body, okay? So the hips are staying close to the floor, and then you twist one side to the other. Just take your time, just so that you feel that stretch. Play around with your range if you need more of a stretch. Okay, and then finish it off, just hinge back, 2 hands on the mat, head goes down, make that body nice and long. Okay, and up. Just a couple of circles with the shoulders maybe as well, just to loosen up. So, first 3 exercises we're going to do, again, all focused on this area. We're going to start doing a spiderman kind of movement, so you'll be in a plank position. We're going to do it on our hands today. Now, if your wrists get too sore, you might see me do it on my knuckles, because I have a bit of a wrist injury. So I'll be on my knuckles, you can be on your hands, your knuckles, or you can even drop down to your elbows if you need to. We're going to be in this position, okay, nice straight plank position, and then the knee is going to come up to the elbow and back. Knee up to the elbow and back. Now it's out to the side of the body, okay? So we're going to start that now. We're going to go for 30 seconds. 3, 2, 1, let's go. So into your plank position, knee comes up outside the body, quite close to the elbow, or as close as your flexibility will let you go. And bring it all the way back and just place it on the floor. So you're really trying to switch on the hips, the obliques. So don't bring the knee up underneath, keep it out to the side. Think of Spider-Man, the way he'd climb up a building. Nice and close, and just work at a nice easy pace. Not trying to rush this one. 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1, and drop the knees. Hinge back, okay? Onto your back. So, feet are planted, soles of the feet on the floor. Everything else is completely supported by the floor. So from your tailbone up to your head, we're going to take our tips of our fingers, pull the shoulders off the ground. We're going to work side to side to try to reach our ankle, our Achilles tendon, or just our foot, anywhere along there. But this movement is happening side to side. Alrighty, 3, 2, 1. So the shoulders come up, and then once they're off the ground, get this real subtle, nothing crazy, but a subtle side to side movement. So by keeping those shoulders up, yes, you're definitely going to feel these upper abdominals switching on, but that side to side twisting, that's all here. That's happening in those obliques. So keep it smooth. Just slightly tilting, reaching for those feet. You're not going to have lots of range. Just use the range you do have. Last few seconds. Keep going, folks. Give me 2 more reps. 1 on each side. 1, 2, and relax. That was 30 seconds. Brilliant. Okay, and our final exercise in this group,
We're going to do our leg raises. This is another one we did in previous weeks. So hands are on the ground. Take a bit of pressure through those hands. Legs come up just at the top. So when they get to about here, your tailbone will leave the floor. When it does leave the floor, I want you to tweak them to one side and bring them back. Up, tweak to one side, bring them back. So up until that point, you'll feel it in the abs. But just to finish off that last few percentage of the range, twist to one side, you'll feel the obliques kick in. So 30 seconds, hands on the ground. 3, 2, 1, let's go. The legs come up. Wait till that last second. So once that tailbone comes up off the floor, you'll feel this new bit of freedom that will let you do that twist. If the tailbone hasn't left the floor, it'd be quite awkward to get that twist done. So wait till you feel that moment. When that moment is perfect, tweak it to one side, bring it back in, and lower it down straight. 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, last one. And relax those legs down, okay? Take a breather, shoulders back on the ground, maybe pull the knees up to the chest. Switch off for a few seconds, then we're going to repeat those 3. Whew. Okay, so we're on to our front again. Same as the start, we're on our hands, maybe our knuckles, or you might be doing this on your elbows, but the knees are coming up either side of your body. 30 seconds, 3, 2, 1, let's go. Into your plank position, abs tight. Knee comes up, outside, nice and wide. Really switching on those obliques. Arms are locked out, a little bit of pressure down through those hands to keep the shoulders up. Nice fluid movement. If you want to make this tougher, folks, do a few in a row. So do 2 or 3 on the same side, don't put the leg down, and then you can swap. Let that tension build. Maybe there, try to get a few more done. Stick with that wide movement. 3 seconds, 2 seconds, 1. Drop the knees, hinge back. Brilliant work. Okay, onto our back. Feet planted. We've got those ankle taps. So, lying completely flat. Have your feet just out of reach. We're going to peel the shoulders up in 3, 2, 1. Shoulders up, side to side movement. Let's do it. So some of these exercises will be much easier to sync your breathing with. This one here, it's quite hard, okay, because there's a lot of reps going on. So just take deep breaths in and out. Keep that movement as fluid and smooth as you can. If you've got a lot of tension in your neck, just rest down for a few seconds, okay, and come back up when you're ready. Keep that side to side movement going. Last 3 reps. 1, 2, and 3. Relax down. Okay, and our final exercise, hands on the ground. We're doing our leg raises, and just as I get to the top, shift to one side. Okay? 3, 2, 1. Let's go. So straight legs up. Wait for the moment that tailbone leaves the floor, and then tweak them to one side. Bring them back in, lower them down straight, bring them back up, tweak them to the other side. So really good full abdominal workout here with this exercise, because obviously it takes the main abdominals to bring the legs up, but then it takes the obliques and the hips to get that twist at the end. Nearly there. Get a bit of a break after this one. 4, 3, 2, 1. Knees into the chest, switch off. Deep breaths, folks. Whoo, should be feeling something. Okay, so your heart rate might even be up if you're doing them back to back without much recovery. Okay, I've definitely got a bit of tension here at the front, but I'm really feeling my obliques. So, take a breather, grab a drink if you want. That was your first block, we'll say. You have another block to do, and I won't follow the same format exactly, but we are sticking with the same theme. So you have 2 exercises, kind of the same exercise, but on each hip, and then we're going to do a glute exercise in between, just to give the hips and the abs a quick break. So, side plank position, and we're going to do 3 rounds of this one. So, you have 3 rounds on each side. Side plank, elbow and forearm down, hand flat on the ground. We're going to pop up, hold this position. Once you're in this position, we're going to start our dips, like so. Okay, if that's too hard, you can do this from the knees if you wanted. So it's just knees and forearm, dip down and back up. So get into position, you're going to go for 30 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Hips come up, get into your side plank position, dip down, straighten up. Okay, we've definitely done this one before in previous weeks. Should really feel this bottom hip, the one closest to the floor. Big time switching on. Nearly there. Down, back up. We're going to straight away swap to the opposite side once this one's done. Good job, everyone. Smooth movement. If the dips are getting too much, just hold the plank. Hold that movement. 4, 3, 2, 1. Pivot around. Don't take too much time. We're trying to keep the tension there. Set up on your opposite side. Feet stacked. 3, 2, 1. Up you go. Down and back up. few inches down, a few inches back up. Never get to a point where you're touching the floor or resting on the floor. So the tension is always there. You're just putting the muscles through a bit of range before they have to come back up and find this nice straight line. Down and up. 10 seconds, folks. After this one, abs and hips are getting a little bit of a break. We're going to hit those glutes. 5 seconds. 4, 3, get one more dip in, 2, 1, drop down. Brilliant, well done. So, shift onto your back. Similar to one of the positions we were already in, so most of your spine is supported. I want to see your feet flat. We're going to start off with a relatively easy exercise, two-legged glute hold. So I want to see your toes come off the ground now, just heels on the floor, 2 hands on your chest. We're going to push down through the heels, come up into this position and hold it, okay, for 30 seconds. 3, 2, 1, off you go. So push down through your heels into the floor, get the hips up. So you should see this nice straight line from my shoulders, through my chest, through my stomach, down right through my hip to my knee. If you were to see an angle like this, that means I'm not maximum range of the hip. So push down until the hips don't go any further. You should feel the hamstring switching on, but most of all you should feel your glutes switching on. So not a lot of pressure on the abs or the hips. They're getting a little bit of a break. 5 seconds, keep holding. Gravity's going to be pushing you down. Make sure you're pushing back against it. 3, 2, and 1. Relax down. That is one round. We're going to do 2 more, then we're finished. So come back to your first elbow on your side plank. Okay? So this time, we're going to throw in a twist. Okay? 3, 2, 1. Hips up, hand up, throw in a twist. So you don't have a drop, you don't have a dip. You got to twist under into a front plank position and back. Okay? Only the elbow doesn't touch the floor. So you're hinging on this bottom oblique or this bottom hip, and you're bringing it back to that side plank position each and every time. If that's too much, do the dips that you were doing on round 1, or you can just hold that side plank. That's always an option. Nearly there, folks. 3, 2, 1. Drop that hip, pivot around. Like I said, we're trying to keep rest to a minimum here. If you've got any pain in your lower back, take the rest if you need it. 3, 2, 1. Up you go. But if you're feeling just like you're struggling or you're fatiguing, try push through it. So keep that tension there. That's where your strength developments will come from in those moments of struggle. So we're twisting under, top shoulder coming with you. Then bring that shoulder back and find good alignment right through the center of the body. That's it. Twist. Deep breaths, folks. No rush on these ones. Focus on that quality. Keeping the bottom hip up off the floor. 3 seconds. 2, 1. Brilliant. On your back. Feet planted, okay? This time, we're not doing 2 legs. We're gonna do a full 30 seconds on 1 leg. So, I still like to push off 2, and then when I'm in my top position, I will raise my leg off the ground. So, when you're ready, shoulders on the ground, toes are visibly off the floor. 3, 2, 1. Push up on 2 legs, okay? Then if you can, lift 1 leg up. So I'm lifting the leg closest to you off the floor so you can see what I mean. This leg, my left leg, is now doing nothing. It's just hovering in space. But what I've done is I've doubled the workload of my right leg. So my right leg is now taking most of my pressure, if not all of it, because some of it's on my shoulders. And I'm still trying to keep this nice straight line. So you're not down here, you're fully extended, pushing up towards that ceiling. 4, 3, shaking is okay. Try to keep holding it. 2, and 1, drop it down. Now, we're not going to do the second leg, we're going to do that second leg on our final round. So, back to your first elbow. This is your last 3 exercises, then we got to stretch. This time, your final round of side planks, we're going to do something with the leg, not the arm. So, you're going to be up into a side plank position, like so, or you can have the hand on the head to keep it out of the way. Leg comes up, leg comes down, okay? Bit tougher. 3, 2, 1, let's go. You have 90 seconds of exercise left, folks. So you're raising that leg. This outside glute, so in my situation right now, my left glute, or glute medius, is lifting that leg up. But every time that leg comes up, the shaking, the movement, forces a greater challenge down here on my right glute and my right obliques. Okay, so it doesn't have to be a huge lift. Just a foot, maybe even a few inches if you're new to it. 5 seconds. 4, 3, brilliant work. 2, 1, drop the hips down, pivot around. Okay, you should be feeling that a little bit more on the glute than the hip. Okay, feet stacked. 3, 2, 1, get the hand out of the way, put it on your head, leg comes up and down. Now when it touches the other foot, try not to fully commit to it. Don't drop it down. Just tap that bottom foot and go again. So make this as tough or as easy as you like. If you're really struggling, cut out the raises, go back to just holding the plank, or one of our previous options with the twists. 10 seconds, keep going if you can. You might even notice one side is a little bit stronger than the other. Nearly there, folks. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Brilliant. Okay, so last exercise, you're finished after this one. We have a single leg glute press. Hopefully you remember which leg you've done, because the other leg needs to come off the floor. Shoulders down, 2 heels on the ground. Get ready to push up. 3, 2, 1, up. Once you're up there, lift the leg. So I'm now lifting my leg furthest from you. And it's this left leg, the leg closest to you, that's doing all the work. Got this nice straight line. Always asking myself, can I push up more? Have I lost an inch or two? Can I get that inch back? Holding, holding, holding. This leg in the air is doing nothing, so you don't need to move it. Just keep it out of the way. Force this leg to work more. Glute should be on fire, folks, especially after those leg raises. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Drop those hips. Brilliant work. 2 knees into the chest. Shoulders up. Woo, good work, everyone. Really, really well done. So, by really focusing on a few certain areas there, kind of makes the workout a lot tougher, because you don't have other muscles taking some of the pressure for a few minutes. So we kind of really specialize on outside of the hips, glutes, obliques, and they kind of got a bit of a battering there. So what I want you to do is, when you're ready, come back up to kind of this position here where you're kneeling. Put a bit of a gap between the legs. Maybe even come up to a tall kneel. Deep breath in, and as you exhale, without twisting, say, your lower half, I want you to just anchor yourself with one hand and twist your upper half over. So you'll get this nice stretch all down the outside of the body. Obviously stretching the obliques, a lot of the muscles down here around the ribs that would have just got a really, really tough challenge there over the last few minutes. Over to the opposite side, anchor yourself with your knees and the opposite hand. Bring it back up, couple of twists. Okay, and then one final stretch, one of my favorites for the outside of the glute. You can lie on your back again if you like. Just listen to my voice if you can't really see what I'm doing. Right leg is going to go over the left leg. You're then going to reach through that gap, grab the left leg, and pull it towards you. So you're using your left leg as a bit of a lever to get a stretch in your right hip. Fantastic stretch. You pull it if you want more stretch. Or if you can tolerate a little bit more, you pull that knee as close as you need to. And release. Okay, last one, left leg goes over the right leg. Reach through, grab the right leg, pull it towards you. Hold that stretch. Last few seconds. And release. Give those legs a shake. Alrighty, well done everyone. Hopefully you enjoyed that class. If you found some of it challenging, just work off some of the easier options or some of the more basic options. If you found it quite easy, you know what to do. Pause it now or restart it now and go again. And try the more challenging versions that I showed you. For those of you who did it and you want to video it or give us a shout out on Instagram or Facebook, make sure you do so. And I'll see you again next week for another workout. See you later.